Khureb Beruach, Sword of the Spirit. Interpreted and narrated by Wendy. BeRashit, Genesis, chapter 24. And Abraham was old, well stricken in age, and Yahweh endowed Abraham in all things. Therefore Abraham said to the oldest servant of his house, who ruled over all that he had, "Put, I pray you, your hand under my thigh, and I will make you swear by he who exists, the Elohim of the heavens and the Elohim of the earth, that you will not take a wife for my son of the daughters of the Canaani, among whom I dwell. But you will go to my country and to my kindred, and take a wife for my son Jetsakhaq." However, the servant said to him, "Perhaps the woman will not be willing to follow me to this land. Then should I return your son to the land from where you came?" Therefore Abraham said to him, "Be careful not to return my son there. He who exists, Elohim of the heavens, who took me from my father's house and from the land of my kindred, and who spoke and swore to me, saying, 'Unto your seed I will give this land.' He will send his angel before you, and you will take a wife unto my son from there. But if the woman is not willing to follow you, then you will be clear from my oath. Only do not return my son there." Therefore the servant put his hand under the thigh of Abraham, his master, and swore to him concerning that matter. Moreover, the servant took 10 of his master's camels and departed, for all the goods of his master were in his hand. Then he arose and went to Aram of the Nachorim, to the city of Nahor. Also he made the camels kneel down outside the city by a well of water during evening time, the time when women go out to draw water. And he said, "O he who exists, Elohim of my master, Abraham, I pray you, send me good speed this day, and show kindness to my master, Abraham. Behold, I stand here by the well of water, and the daughters of the men of the city come out to draw water. Therefore let it come to pass that the damsel to whom I say, 'Let down your pitcher, I pray you, that I may drink,' and she say, 'Drink, and I will give your camels drink also,' may she be who you have appointed for your servant Jetsakhaq. And by this I will know that you have shown kindness to my master." And it came to pass, before he was done speaking, behold, Ribqah came out, who was born of Bethuel, son of Milcah, the wife of Nahor, Abraham's brother, with her pitcher upon her shoulder. And the damsel was very fair to look upon, a virgin. No man had known her. And she went down to the well, and filled her pitcher, and came up. Then the servant ran to meet her, and said, "Let me, I pray you, drink a little water from your pitcher." And she said, "Drink, my lord." Therefore she hastened, and let down her pitcher upon her hand, and she gave him drink. Then, when she was done giving him drink, she said, "I will draw water for your camels also, until they are done drinking." Therefore she hastened and emptied her pitcher into the trough. Then she ran again to the well to draw water, and she drew for all his camels. And the man wondered at her in silence, to know whether Yahweh had made his journey prosperous or not. And it came to pass, as the camels were done drinking, then the man took a golden ring of half a shekel weight, and 2 bracelets of 10 shekels weight in gold for her hands. Then he asked, Whose daughter are you? Tell me, I pray you, is there room in your father's house for us to lodge? And she answered him, I am the daughter of Betuel, the son of Milcah, who she bore to Nahor. Moreover, she said to him, We have both straw and enough provender, and room to lodge. Then the man bowed down his head and worshipped Yahweh. And he said, Benevolent is he who exists, Elohim of my master Abraham, who has not left my master destitute of his mercy and his truth. I being in the way, he who exists has led me to the house of my master's brethren. Then the damsel ran and told her mother's house these things. And Ribqah had a brother, and his name was Laban. Therefore Laban ran out to the man, towards the well. And it came to pass, when he saw the ring and bracelets upon his sister's hands, and when he heard the words of Ribqah, his sister, saying, Thus spoke the man to me, then he came to the man. And behold, he stood by the camels at the well. And he said, Come in, you endowed of he who exists. Why do you stand outside? For I have prepared the house and room for the camels. So the man came into the house. Then he ungirded his camels, and gave straw and provender for the camels, and water to wash his feet, and the men's feet who were with him. And there was set before him to eat, but he said, I will not eat until I have told my errand. And he replied, Speak on. Therefore he said, I am Abraham's servant, and he who exists has endowed my master greatly, and he has become great. Therefore he has given him flocks and herds and silver and gold, and men servants and maid servants, and camels and asses. Also Sarah, my master's wife, birthed a son unto my master when she was old, and unto him he has given everything. And my master made me swear, saying, You will not take a wife unto my son from the daughters of the Canaani, in whose land I dwell, but you will go to my father's house and to my kindred, and take a wife for my son. However, I said to my master, Perhaps the woman will not follow me. And he said to me, He who exists, before whom I walk, will send his angel with you, and prosper your way. And you will take a wife for my son, of my kindred, and of my father's house. Then you will be clear from my oath, when you come to my kindred. Also, if they will not give unto you, you will be clear from my oath. Therefore I came this day to the well, and said, O he who exists, Elohim of my master Abraham, if now you do prosper my way which I go, behold, I stand by the well of water, and it will come to pass that when the virgin comes forth to draw water, then I will say to her, Give me, I pray you, a little water from your pitcher to drink. Moreover, she will say to me, Both you drink, and I will draw for your camels also. Let the same be the woman whom he who exists has instructed for my master's son. And before I was done speaking in my heart, behold, Ribqah came forth with her pitcher on her shoulder. Moreover, she went down to the well and drew water. Then I said to her, Let me drink, I pray you. Therefore she made haste, and let down her pitcher from her shoulder. Then she said, Drink, and I will give your camels drink also. So I drank, and she made the camels drink also. Then I asked her and said, Whose daughter are you? And she answered, The daughter of Betuel, Nahor's son, whom Milcah bore unto him. So I put the ring upon her nose, and the bracelets upon her hands. Then I bowed down my head and worshipped He who exists, and I praised He who exists, Elohim of my master Abraham, who had led me in the right way, to take my master's brother's daughter to his son. Now, if you deal kindly and truly to my master, tell me. And if not, tell me, that I may turn to the right hand or to the left. Then Laban and Betuel answered and said, The thing proceeds from He who exists. We cannot speak good or bad. Behold, Ribqah is before you. Take and go, and let her be your master's son's wife, as He who exists has spoken. And it came to pass when Abraham's servant heard their words, he worshipped Yahuwah, bowing himself to the earth. And the servant brought forth jewels of silver, and jewels of gold, and clothes, and gave them to Ribqah. Also he gave precious things to her brother and to her mother. So they ate and drank, he and the men who were with him. Thus they tarried all night. Then he rose up in the morning and said, Send me away to my master. However, her brother and her mother said, Let the damsel abide with us a few days, at least 10. After that she may go. However, he said to them, Hinder me not, seeing that He who exists has prospered my way. Send me away, that I may go to my master. And they said, We will call the damsel and inquire at her mouth. So they called Ribqah and asked her, Will you go with this man? And she said, I will go. Therefore they sent away Ribqah, their sister, and her nurse, and Abraham's servant, and his men. Also they endowed Ribqah and said to her, You are our sister. May you be the mother of thousands of millions, and let your seed possess the gate of those who hate them. Then Ribqah and her damsels arose, and they rode upon camels, and followed the man. Then the servant took Ribqah and went his way. Furthermore, Jetsakhaq came from the way of Be'er-Lachirai, for he dwelt in the southern territory. And Jetsakhaq went out to meditate in the field during the evening. And he lifted up his eyes. Then he looked and beheld the camels coming. Also Ribqah lifted up her eyes, and when she saw Jetsakhaq, she lighted off the camel. For she asked the servant, Who is this man walking in the field to meet us? And the servant answered, It is my master. Therefore she took a veil and covered herself. Then the servant told Jetsakhaq all the things that he had done. Therefore Jetsakhaq brought her into the tent of his mother, Sarah, and took Ribqah, and she became his wife, and he loved her. Thus Jetsakhaq was consoled after his mother.